What's up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Bricks and Toys. Today's episode is going to be about the Jaws Diorama. I know this review comes out late, but I was in the middle of moving in August when we did our last grand store haul with my investor, and we figured we might come back for this set, and by the time I remembered to come back for it, it was on infinite backlog or back order. And I remember going through Target and Walmart and just trying to see if anybody had it. No one had it. Well, it did pop up right around the time for Insiders Weekend. How convenient, Lego. And I was able to finally pick up my copy of this set to bring you guys this review. And if in case you're wondering, this set does cost $150 US, and it's on back order again until early January after the new year. So this set currently is another Steven Spielberg type set that is just continuing to sell and sell and sell. Something about his movies makes good Lego sets that sell out. Let's take a look at this box and see what we can assume from this awesome new $150 Lego set. So we are going to start off with the obvious 18 and older packaging. It's a blackish box with a blue greeble on the bottom, just like what we would come to expect. We got the classic Jaws print logo right up here in the corner. We got the ship up on the platform. We got the shark right there coming out of the water. It's about to go down. This being an 18 and older set, it says that right there at the bottom. Set up 21350, coming in at 1,497 pieces. Now, I did just watch this movie when this set came out, but now that it's been a few months, I've already forgot character names again and the names of the boat. I don't know why. I cannot retain this information. Anything Star Wars, I'm right there. Pop, 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 pop. But Jaws, just can't remember everything. I've seen the movie at least 3 or 5 times. It's a great freaking movie. If you've not seen it, just watch this one. Don't watch the sequels. Sequels are doing too much. So besides all of that going on in the front, let's take a look at the sides. We have an up-close look at a little stand holding the minifigures and Jaws himself, the shark, right there. Really cool. Then on this side, we have Tiburon, which is, I guess, Jaws in a different language. We have some country of origins and the do not eat it sticker. Up here, we have it in another language, Dents de la Mer, or Les Dents de la Mer, aka Jaws. Orca, that's the name of the ship. Just had to find a picture of it on the box. So we got a picture of the back of the Orca. That's how we can tell the name of it. And the back of the shark going into it. On the bottom of the box, we have the typical recycling information, app information, legal eagles, barcode, Lego.com website, and all of that. Looking at the back of the box, this is where we get all of our details from. We can see that it does come with a stand to lock the shark into a stand in case you want to display it by itself, because I guess the shark is a really detailed part of this build. Or if you want to just put it onto the diorama, which is what we're going to do, you can do that as well. The Orca, I think it just sits on the diorama, so you kind of could possibly put these in 3 different spots if you wanted to in your collection. But if you decided to keep the whole thing together, you would be looking at about 23 inches long and about 14 inches tall for the diorama. Here we can get a nice side profile of the Orca just by itself with its nice mass and all of that. Here we can get a look at the shark near one of the guys. I forgot his name, but he's basically the sheriff. And then we can see that classic scene recreated where they're all kind of getting drunk on the boat before things start to go down. And then we kind of just see more of the shark displayed with the minifigures. Really freaking cool. Now, we all know what time it is. It's time to get our cutty. Let's cut this box open. Let's see what's on the inside. 2 pieces of tape is all it takes to get into it. And then we can do a nice push and see what our dead space is inside of the box. Dead space is not that bad. Then I can open this up and let you guys get a look at inside. And then we can do our pour. And there's our pour, everybody. What we've been waiting since August to finally get to our door and build. We have our books. Let's set those aside. We have our bags. Now I see bag number 13. So I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to say 14 bags total. Let's count these out. Let's see if that's true. Okay, putting down our 10th stack of bags. 11, 12, and 13. So we have 13 bags total to build this set. But I see some parts. Let's take a look at the parts that we have. Looks like we have 2 plates of 2 different sizes and a little rope element to clip things onto. And then take a look at this. We have road plates in a different color than light bluish gray. And it's going to be in this navy dark blue. So this is going to resemble the ocean. I think this is a really clever way to mimic the water. You can see those right there. I think this is a trip. I can see these parts becoming very rare and very expensive for this set alone. And people wanting to make blue roads with them. Like some type of weird country. That would be cool, right? Imagine the Lego City with navy blue roads instead of the dark bluish gray. It's a thought. Now let's cut open our envelope here. 1, 2 pieces of tape. And then we can do book pour. Okay, book pour is done. Nothing in there. Double check. Nothing in there, like I already said. We have a sticker sheet, and it's a walloping 4 stickers with 4 and 3 being 2 of the same type of sticker. Show you guys that right there. And then there's Jaws right there. So we have our QR code to get our 20 points. This being 18 and older, it's going to probably show us some information about the movie. Yep, and I'm probably going to want to read this to kind of understand about the characters and stuff. Once again, I just know them as the sheriff guy of the town, the crazy boat fisherman guy, and then I think the other one's like the shark scientist, if I'm not mistaken. They all have names, but boink, that thought has left the building. Let's fast forward to the back of the book, and we can get a sense that we have 374 building steps and 226 pages. And right there at the end, it shows that you can either put the shark as part of the set or off to the side of the set. I think it's really cool that they gave you that option, but at the same time, it's a diorama. Why would we want to take the Jeeps off of the Jurassic Park? Why would we want to take apart the Indiana Jones? I mean, we kind of want it all together, right? So I don't have any more things to say about getting it open and getting it done. I'm going to take a few days, build it, enjoy it, savor it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get to work. Here's the review. Okay, everybody, here we are at the review segment of the Jaws Lego Ideas number 58 Lego set. We're trying this from a whole new angle of the dangle when it comes to filming. I hope you find this part of the review segment a little bit more entertaining than usual. If you do, please drop a comment down below. If this review segment was better than the others, I would deeply appreciate it. First, let's start off with the set itself. I mean, this set is incredible. But one of the first things I want to talk about with this set is the fact that you don't need all of this for it to be a set. And I'll show you what I mean. For starters, the boat is not attached to the base by any means. You can easily take the boat, set it off to the side, just like that. Then you can take the shark and lift it and remove the base. So now that you have all those parts, you can take now your shark base and lock it in. Now, with that done, you have your shark part of the set and your boat portion of the set. So if you don't have a lot of shelf space, this is your solution. So let's talk about the minifigures now. First up is going to be Matt Hopper. I can't get his name off the top of my head correct. Front torso print, front leg print. Turn him around. He's got some back print on his torso. He's got that really cool beanie element. Take that off. You are introduced to a second face of the character, just like that. Put that back on, and that's how we're going to roll with them. Once we're done looking at him, I want to show you guys if we can take the minifigure and put him right down on the base, just like that. Next minifigure is going to be Quint. Let's take him down. Okay, Quint, he only has one single printed face. He is featuring this little machete element and the harpoon, front torso print, and a little bit of back torso print. We're going to drop Quint right down here on the base. Last but not least, we have Chief Brody right here. We got print on the front of the pants or the lower legs, front print on the torso. He is holding a gun and some binoculars. He has back torso printing. He does come with this face that he's featured with, as well as a secondary smirkier face. And then we can take this minifigure, blocking the Jaws logo, put it right there. And then you have an excellent way to display this set. Now with this all done, let's talk about this shark, and then we'll move back to the base and finish with the boat. For starters, I think this shark is just pure brilliance and amazement. Lego is outdoing themselves with their techniques more and more and more. I love how the angle of the shark barely touches down on the tail, just add a little bit of a stabilization to it right there. I think that's really cool. I like the elements for the little side, little fins, as well as the elements to make the gill look right here. Make the upper fin, turn it around, same thing on this side. One really cool thing, when you pull this apart, we can turn over the bottom of the shark. You can see that open cavity that allows us to adapt it to the base. But then if you come over here and you look inside of the mouth, you can see a really cool technique that locks in those rows of teeth and finishes out the mouth with the right amount of pink. Da-dum, da-dum. Okay, just had to do that. I like these microphone-like elements to make the lifeless eyes. Just really nice, just basic colors, everything. I think this shark just does it great. I'm going to keep him off the stand for right now and set him off to the side. Let's talk about the base. So here we have the base, everybody, and I wanted to show it to you guys without anything on it to show you guys the simple brilliance of the base. Over here, we have a little bit of the gray to adapt the shark in completely, but we have this dark ocean earth blue type color for the main water, but this white represents the air bubbles created when the water is disturbed, like say when a shark's coming out or a boat's in it. We've all seen this when water's disturbed, and I think it's really cool how it kind of looks like it's even splashing out, like there's clearly force coming out of the water. I like how there's a really weird element right back in there I've never really seen before. And I like how it's just done with these basic, well, what we would use for road plating. But instead, they're in that dark earth blue color. With it flipped over, you can see how really simple this whole thing goes together just because of those 16 by 16 road type plates. It's not a lot of bricks. We do have two printed tiles right here. Another one that says Lego Jaws, like on the stand. And then we have another one, which is a quote from Chief Brody saying, "You're going to need a bigger boat." Even though that this area may look very plain, well, that area is plain to hold the boat. There is a little bit of a 4x4 or 2x2 size little tile right here. And that is to lock in the boat in the proper position to go this way. Finishing off, we do have one of those little canisters that they use. I think it's one of the oxygen tanks that they use to blow up the shark. I don't remember. It's been a few months. Let's set this down and let's start off with adapting our shark. And then we'll get into the boat. So the shark adapts in, just flops right into place. You know you have it in the correct position when you don't see a large gap right on the back of its tail. Now let's bring the boat in and let's start talking about this boat. So the color scheme of the boat is not 100% correct to the movie, but I think this does it a lot more justice. It looks better with the Lego bricks to be in this color scheme. I don't know what's all off, but this boat's doing a good enough job to make me think that this is what I seen in the movie. And that's what really matters when it comes to Lego. We have, starting off from the side, the nice black bottom with the darker red stripe up here at the top with this tan. I think this tan is supposed to be green to be accurate. Not exactly sure. We have some nice greebling effects all along the top. Two fishing poles. This string, I'm so about it. It's kind of hard because you kind of have to tie it so you get it, tight enough, but, it still seems a little loose, but too tight, it bends. I don't know. It's a little tricky, but I think it works just fine. It gets the job done. There we have more of those yellow barrels like we've seen in the water. We do have a sticker element for the number of the boat. Unfortunately, this set only has 3 different types of printed tiles, one being the Jaws logo, one being the quote, the other Jaws logo, and then the one on the back of the boat. So everything else is going to be stickers. We do have the cool little shark jaws that were featured in the movie right up here, along with some spears onto this side. I like the use of the droid arms to make that little front area with the sausage elements. Coming around to this side, it's more of the same as the other side. Sticker elements right here. Instead of green, we have red on this side. Another fishing pole, more spears. We do have these little gates right here, which is for like the fishing crates and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that this is a exhaust stack on the side. We have some uses and nice elements right here to make the ladder. Looking at the back of the boat, we're going to see our printed element of the Orca logo right there, as well as Quinn's chair that is used for fishing. Unfortunately, the minifigure does not sit correctly in the chair unless you have it standing up. Back here is supposed to be an Easter egg for the scuba gear that Hopper uses in the movie. And then with the bow up here, you can see all of the steps to go up to the top to look out. There is a lot of techniques used that are all over the place on this boat, but I think it fills itself in quite nicely. You can remove this top portion to look inside of all the Easter eggs. Let's go ahead and let's do that. This portion of the set is made pretty much sideways and then flipped around and then completed. It's a really inverted, all over the place kind of build that gets the entire job done. Sticker element for the gauge cluster up here at the top. Looking inside of the boat, we get our fair share of Easter eggs, like a map of Amityville, and also a Amityville newspaper that says Campbell Attack. Campbell is a nod to the original designer of the Ideas set. There is another sticker element of the gauges. This is also the infamous table where they got drunk before everything went bad in the movie. Really iconic scene. There's all types of like compasses, clocks, everything inside of the cockpit here, or the cabin area, as well as what looks to be a little bit of a radio element right in there with a little tile brick, if you can see, to kind of indicate like a CB radio or maybe a radio of some sort. Steering wheel and a little shifter for the forward and reverse of the boat. Putting our top back on, there's not too much to really talk about the boat other than what I've talked about. I do want to briefly remind you guys that, like I said, there is a lot of invertedness. Like the front of the boat is actually built upside down, so the studs are actually negative studs instead of positive studs, like what's showing up here at the top. Kind of like what you see up here at the front of the boat, where you can see where you can stick things to it, but then over here you can, well, it has to be the right side up. This can go the right side down. Really interesting how they just chose to do that. Now bringing our base back forward, I'm going to show you guys how we line this whole thing up, and we just pretty much line it in, back it into the shark's mouth, and you're going to see it drop right down into that little area that I pointed out, that little tile, and done. Let's get our minifigures back on board, starting with Hopper right there. We're going to put Brody right here off to the side, and then we'll get Quint and stick him up here. And we are done, guys. Let's wrap up this video. So here we are for the wrap-up segment. And man, I forgot my beanie. Well, I guess Hopper did not forget his. I just think that is a really cool element on him to tie in the set with Quint's hat. It just makes this whole thing just look so legitimate, and it just fits. But before we go any further, I just want to say one more time, how was that review segment? Was it better? Because I haven't seen it yet. I'll see it when I edit the video, and I really hope that it gets the lighting much better and it gets into the set a little bit better. I wanted to try to kind of film with the camera off to my side, over my shoulder, versus me holding it, being shaky, and you know, you guys can see the lighting in the background and stuff. It looks kind of tacky. With the way that I did it, you guys can at least see the background be in the Lego and not of my living room. I don't know. Just try something a little bit to make things better for you guys. But back to the set, I mean, $150. I knew when I saw this set back in August that it was something special. I really freaking wanted it, and I was so disappointed. We went to Lego on the 1st of the month, and they were like, yeah, we actually delayed the release of that set. I think it was like 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, in 3 or 4 days, I'm going to be in Sacramento with a U-Haul truck. I ain't coming back for it. Well, that was kind of a dumb call on my part, but I was prioritizing my move and my family, and you know, that's what we have to do. But that call alone delayed me getting the set until November. I checked Target, every time I went to Target, which I do about once every week or two, they never got it in stock. And it seemed like the moment that Lego had it in stock, Target had it in stock. And now that we're doing all this Christmas shopping, well, it's back ordered again for a period of days. And it's vanished from Target shelves and Walmart shelves alike again. This thing is just really having a hard time staying in stock. And I can see why. This boat does not have to be what it is. The first 7 bags, if I remember right, was of the boat alone. And then the next few bags, I think 8, 9, and 10, maybe 11, no, 10, 8, 9, and 10 was of the shark. And then 11, 12, and 13 was of the base. But 7 bags in this boat, there's so many Easter eggs, so much detail. This thing is, I mean, I got this set because I enjoy the movie. I don't enjoy the sequels. I just enjoy this one by itself. And I thought it would be really cool to tie it in with Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, 2 other Steven Spielberg movies. But I got so much more than that. So this boat is just awesome. You guys know how much I like to build Lego boats. It's just a thing of mine. I did not expect to have this experience with the set that I did have, and it makes the set a really good set. In addition, if you like building animals, well, the shark is no slouch either. There is so many interesting building techniques. I don't know how much came from the original designer and how much came from Lego's design team. Maybe they're a 50-50 effort, but the work put into this is just incredible. And I have to say, thank you for the Lego Ideas designer to even get this set into the idea of Lego. And thank you to Lego for actually getting it put out there for all of us. If you guys have not gotten this set and you're on the fence about it, get off the fence and pick it up. I think for the first time in a kind of a while, I'm really encouraging you guys to go out and spend $150 without really thinking about it for a set. I think it's that incredible that it's worth it. The only downside of it is a little bit of color inaccuracies and this extra part that you have laying around. But you have to nitpick to be that low. And finally, like I've said before, the biggest thing with this set is you don't have to have this. If you don't got this room or have this room, you can take this and display it off to its own with this on the stand, which is the shark, and put it in 2 separate places. And then maybe put this into your, your storage and off to the side. You don't have to have all of this at once. And I think that's so cool for a diorama to have. I know with the Jurassic Park, you could take the Ford Explorers and stuff and move them around, but one was kind of built incompletely because it's smushed into the mud, and the other one is built kind of completely. I know my kid likes to roll it around and move it around, but this thing's completely, like, all by itself if you choose to be, along with this back half. With that, guys, I don't have any more to say. I can just talk about this set all day long. It is a joy to build. It takes you maybe 6, 7 hours taking your time to get it done. And I really hope that you guys either have bought it, and if you have, share your stories down below, how much you guys like the set. And if not, well, I hope this video directs you into the path of wanting to actually pick it up when it's available. And on that one, guys, if you guys want to support the channel, there's 2 ways to do so. Right down below, there's a thank you button. When you guys hit that thank you button, you guys can leave a small donation. Helps us get Lego sets like this and keep the Lego behind me. And I don't have to keep selling things. I've been selling so many, and it's getting kind of sad, but we got January coming up, so we got to replenish with the old, or out with the old, in with the new. That's how we got to do things to keep this channel on its feet. Endurance. Equally as important to supporting this channel is just hitting that subscribe button and following along with everything that we do here. I try to be a different type of Lego channel for all of you guys. Not very many people are going over the box. Not many people are going over the bags, the book. I don't really see that with a lot of Lego reviewers that I used to watch. I don't watch too many anymore because of things of how they are for me. But I try to be a different type of channel to kind of make you guys feel like you're sitting in a visible chair right next to me experiencing this. And as usual, guys, I just want to say, you guys want to share this video with your friends. That is always appreciated, and especially hitting that thumbs up and that like button. That would be incredible. Next up on the channel, well, I'm going to do a best of the year awards type video, but it's just going to be mostly the best sets of the year. We're going to talk about them, and if I can easily access them, get them down here and show them to you guys like I did last year. But no theatrics, I don't have time for it, but it's going to be my take on the best of certain big sets of 2024. Cannot believe I'm saying that already. Where has the year gone? So with that, guys, see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.